Hey, so today we're going to learn a great deal about crystals. I actually have this one planned out, so I won't be taking so many breaks between what I'm trying to say. So if you watched my last video, there was a very nice light worker that had given me a crystal point. And what he said was this was good for programming. I had told him that, I feel really disconnected with crystals. I feel like that I shouldn't be working with them. And he actually knew just what to give me to bring my passion back. So this is a quartz crystal point. It's not that big, but it really doesn't matter the size. The base actually starts about here, but I picked a longer base because I wanted to be able to wrap it myself. And I just did a friendship bracelet design. It's 4 rows. And the most important thing to do when you mount jewelry is that you need the stem, you need the point and the base to be free, to breathe freely. And also, when you mount jewelry, the crystal point should always be facing down. I think you may, on a rare occasion, can face it up, but the best thing is to face it down so that the energy can be grounded into the earth. Okay? So, what is a crystal? Crystals amplify healing energies and intentions. It's a mineral substance revealing a crystalline structure. Some minerals are not crystals, like coral and turquoise, but they do have metaphysical properties. And what happens is that the molecular structure is arranged and it's geometrically visible from the outside. And there are just a very few that aren't visible with the naked eye. So the arranged structure of the molecules give crystals its properties as an amplifier and transformer of energy. And just so you know, it's essential to purify a crystal that is worn every day. They suggested keeping a cup of sea salted water by your bed, so you could drop it in there every day. You could smudge it. So this particular one, the quartz crystal point, is an aid for focus and clarity of intention. That's why they're great for programming. It's a master healer and it's universal. The reason why it's universal and a master healer is because it corresponds with not only all the zodiac signs, but it can adapt any vibration given. And it is pure light. There's a part here about it that is pure light. I'll just keep reading. I wrote some really good notes. So, quartz crystals receives, activates, stores, transmits, and amplifies energy, and it stimulates brain function and activates all levels of consciousness. Now, Kirlian photography, which I absolutely love. I have mine right here. I'll take it out of the plastic. This was taken in 2012. This is my old photograph. This is what Kirlian photography is. And you could do this with any object and see the energy and vibration that it's giving off. So, Kirlian photography revealed that when held in the hand, the strength of the energy field is at least doubled for quartz crystals. And it attunes well to the heart chakra and third eye area, which will come and play later. And is pure light and operates and vibrates on the pitch of perfection. The Secrets of Crystal Healing actually had a really interesting thing where they said they had taken a crystal and buried it in the ground, and a woman was supposed to go out and seek the crystal in the woods. the way she found it is by attuning herself to the vibration of the crystal. They say that crystals sing. That's very interesting. Maybe a great program for you to do on your own crystal. So it actually vibrates with frequencies which surpass our actual comprehension. And like I said, you want to point with it worn facing the ground because it earths your energy. The other extremity must be kept free. So the mountainous jewelry must pass around the crystal, allowing it to breathe. Now, erasing the crystal's memory. I already did this. So I got this at the Hobby Horse Powwow 2014. So that was Saturday of last week. It's now Sunday. And I left it an extra night because I let the full moon energize it. We happened to have a full moon yesterday, but you can use the lunar energy for up to 3 days. You can still put it out there. I may even do it because last night it was really cloudy. So to erase a crystal's memory, you want to place it for a whole week in a solution of sea salted water. Okay, the phenomenon that happens is the sea salt crystals dissolve and distribute equally among water molecules, creating an electrical charge in each water molecule stronger than the charge present in each crystal molecule. So this causes crystal memory to erase, and any accumulated positive ions, remember those are the ions that you do not want, in the electromagnetic field of the crystal to release and be ready for use. Now, the thing with crystals when you want to soak them in salted water is you want to use only natural containers. So you want to avoid using metal and plastic, and especially metal because it actually creates a whole electrical charge on its own. And then you want to wipe it with the natural fiber. 100% cotton is best. That's what I used. And but you could also use silk. And I have some other ones too. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If not, we could always come back to it. But okay, so you could use 100% cotton, linen, silk, or wool. So like I said, you want to erase the crystal's memory, and then you want to clear the previous crystal program, which is the same thing, but I like to look at everybody's points of view and, use my intuition to figure out what I'd like to do. So I'm kind of a person that likes to make sure I get it right. So I use both methods. What you want to do is this one has to do with white cosmic light. And before I go into this light, I want you to know a little bit more about colors. So every color has its own energy, frequency, vibration, special power for helping and healing. And the white is of winter snow and stars of the night sky and the hair that tops the heads of the most respected elders. It assists for cleansing, renewing, and purifying the mind, body, and soul. So of course it would be great to visualize white light around objects that you would like to purify. Or even people. You can send white light to people as well. So white also encourages you to reflect on yourself and your connection with spirit. And it aids inner growth and profound transformation. It also helps achieve deepened states of consciousness and knowledge about the wisdom of elders. And it helps with purification necessary for continued rejuvenation. Now going back to the clearing crystal programming that may have been embedded, although appears... Oh, and white appears to be no color, but in fact it's the sum of all colors, and or known as the presence of all colors, and it is most pure. So first you want to start purifying yourself. So what you want to do is you want to imagine this white cosmic light or white universal light, because this is universal energy that you're visualizing. It's not your personal energy, and you may receive as much as you choose. So you want to visualize this white light come entering your crown chakra, and I haven't done this yet, so I'm going to do this while I talk to you. And grounding through your feet. You want to imagine lines of white light coming through your feet and going to the center of the earth. And then you want to but visualize it, traveling to smaller chakras in your palms and your fingertips. And now you want to visualize the white light expanding and washing your aura, dissipating all the negative energetic forces. And just so you know, right before doing this video, because I knew I was going to do this, I smudged everything, myself, my room, and the crystal as well. So washing your aura, it will dissipate the destructive energies in your electromagnetic field and all the chaos that has entered into it. And it cleansing your chakras of negatives in your energy points and of your sacred space. So once you have this white light coming into your crown, going through your feet, coming through your arms, down to your palms and to your finger points, washing your whole aura all down your chakras. You want to hold your crystal point up in your left hand, holding it by the base. Okay? And your right hand over the crystal point without touching it. Now you want to visualize the white universal light entering your crown through your palm, your left palm, into the base of the crystal, and the energy flowing through the stem and out the crystal point. I feel like you could actually see the crystal getting brighter. And you want to feel the white universal light enter your right palm, completing the energy circuit. Use your intuition to figure out how much you need to do. When you have decided it is ready, your crystal is now clear and ready to accept a new program. Just some words. You can surround yourself with white light for protection and to shield yourself from outside forces, but the truest protection is that you must work to know yourself. Really figure out who you are, and maybe, quite possibly, you are bringing this negative energy towards yourself. Life is a constant struggle of getting to know yourself. Never become hard on yourself because you're disappointed on how things came out and maybe you feel like you could have changed the outcome. I know I speak really positive, but I'm speaking because I'm speaking with authority, as I'm saying this is my experience. I can become really hard on myself, and we all can. And you just have to continue being that positive person, and more and more you will realize that you have to shield yourself less. I used to shield myself a lot. Now I find myself really doing it because I feel like I was bringing most of it to me. And just so you know, having white around you encourages feelings of purity, protection, tranquility, peace, balance, serenity, compassion, and altruism. And I just want to look up what altruism is. I knew what it was at one point. Altruism, the quality of unselfish concern for the welfare of others. Okay. So, programming for crystals. Crystals do not understand language. They store pictures. And so your program must be a series of pictures, color, and sound. Color and sound is more advanced. I do not know how to work with color and sound. Therefore, I'm going to give you what my program will be through the pictures I'm using. And it's great to actually have what you're going to picture and transmit to your crystal written down so that you may not hesitate on programming. So my thing is I want to be able to see auras of people, and auras that we observe are in the electromagnetic field of human beings are in the second field, and that is 30 to 45 centimeters out. It's also known as the astral field, and it's seen as electrical charges, points, or circles of color around the first field. I'll do a little bit more at the end about electromagnetic fields. So, of course, you want to program your crystal related to the work the crystal naturally does. And what you're doing is when you're programming, you're amplifying within the circles of quartz triangles within the crystals your intention and reflecting it back to manifest. So when you program or dedicate your crystal, the purpose is that the stones magnify the intent through your own. So before we do that, I just want to talk to you about establishing a good relationship with your crystal. You want it to be one of friendship. So your crystal is alive and aware of your presence. You want to show it respect, as you must do towards all forms of life. And you want to communicate with your crystal heart to heart, and thank it always for its help. So now that I am ready to dedicate my crystal. Like I said, you want to clear your sacred space of negative energy. And you want to hold the crystal at heart level. And send love and honor. And then you want to allow the picture series to flow. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look at mine. I'm going to look at all the colors. And then I'm going to look at what it actually says. So red is vital, extroversion, and mood swing. Deep red is overactive. Red likes to take on challenge. Me, I'm giving out a lot of red. I like to take on a lot of challenges. This picture was taken the month, I believe, that I left. No. I think the month before I left to go to the Dolphin Research Center. And orange is active intelligence, very creative, self-confident, and people person. Yellow is discipline, talent for organization, and intellectual. Green is in the middle or center. If it is in the middle center, it's nature, love, and devotion. I actually have, oh no, my red I was giving out, and my green I was receiving. And I think when you receive it, I believe that you're receiving healing energy. Blue is truth, devotion, wisdom, and calm. The mind moves on higher levels. Violet is spiritual nature, mysterious, intuitive, imaginative, very creative, mind, and reticence. And I just looked that word up too, and I already forgot. So let me look that up. Reticence is the trait of being uncommunicative. So, the last video is actually when I looked it up, because I felt like I couldn't express myself, and then I was actually looking at this picture, and I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, yep, I really don't feel like I can express myself right now. But it's very hard to take things that are the messages that you get and put it into words. It never seems like it has the full effect that it does to you. And then white shows connection to inner source, enlightenment, and also high energy. And then this one was my body one. I'm going to stare at that too. So again, you're holding your crystal at heart level, and you want to allow your pictures to flow. And now I'm thinking of white halos that I always see around people. But then I'm slowly starting to see colors like lime green, yellow. But I want to see all colors of the spectrum. I want to actually see people's auras naturally, and when I choose to. So now that I allow my picture series to flow from my mind to left palm into crystal base, through stem, and now crystal point, I'm entering my right palm to complete the energy circuit. So it's nice I'm taking this video and I can see myself, because I'm actually imagining that aura picture coming from here, going down to my shoulder, entering the base, rocking into the stem and amplifying out. And hold that and complete that circuit. When I had the crystal, that what had happened is I had lost it, and that's why I was really weird about receiving my crystal. I wasn't able to feel energy, and I feel energy now. And this one gives off a lot of energy. I'm so very happy to have it. He actually told me that, which is what I always did, is you want to carry your crystals in your right pocket, your right front pocket. This one I made into a bracelet, and I'm going to put it on my right hand. I'm going to make sure that stem's pointing down. So you want to state your intention, its creation. I'm asking to give me the energy I need to break the blockages I'm having that are disabling me from seeing auras with my naked eye. My intention is to be able to see auras and now you bring it from the heart level, and you want to breathe directly on the crystal, because now it's the manifestation. You want to do that in cupped hands. Breath will impregnate the crystal. You hear it in a lot of creation stories. And it will bring your crystal to life and activate it. And this intention will rest in the crystal for about 28 days, or until you purify it in salted water. Okay? And just remember, everything has its own time. So, don't get upset if what you want is not given to you immediately. Everything happens in divine timing. So, cleaning crystals. People leave impressions or memories, and we always want to assume that these impressions are negative energies and incompatible with you. So it's very important that you never let someone touch your crystal. I know that sometimes out of your control, people will just reach out and touch it, and it's fine. Always imagine that white light around it if you want to do that and purify it that way. But the best way to do it is to put it in sea salt to remove any unwanted vibrations on the surface. And sea salt neutralizes quartz's electrical surface charges, which are the impressions, without damaging the previous programming. And you want to hold it in your left hand or both hands and mentally request all negatives to be removed. And you want to visualize the negatives leaving the crystal and purifying it. So recharging, you want to do this every 2 weeks, and what you want to do is basically remove the dust from it, because dust holds static electricity and interferes with the program. So you want to put it under cool running water to activate the energy flow. So a stream, a small river, a running tap will all do. And you want to put it on a natural surface. So one that was adamantly said was used is wood. Put it on a piece of wood. And if you put it in a small river, of course you want to do it where it won't float away. So, and then to dry it, you want to use the natural fiber, and if you wrap it, red is the best suggested because it has the slowest rate of absorption of luminous vibrations. So it's a natural energy barrier from all colors. And when you recharge it, the crystals appear happier because yes, they are happier. And they shine like 1,000 fires. So one thing not to ever do is purify it with plain salt, like digging it in salt. That's terrible. It's actually very harmful as it creates holes in the electromagnetic field of your crystal. So when you do that, you want to apologize to your crystal. Remember, they are living beings, and you want to bury it in the ground for at least 24 hours. This will enable the telluric forces to recover its electromagnetic field. And you want to be careful with energizing it with sunlight. Also, my mistake. However you do this, however you recharge or purify your crystals, you want to look up your crystal's properties. Some cannot be left in put in water. I know amethyst, if you leave it in the sun, it will fade. So to energize it with sunlight, certain crystals do not like solar energy because they have grown up in the earth and the sun is violent to them. But with moonlight, the vibration naturally is lifted. I don't think it's harmful at all to leave it in the moonlight. And the full moon is when the light is brightest. So I want to talk a little bit about us human beings. So we are actually rays of light in motion. The essence of who we are and who we can become, and the essence of our being is always perfect. Body is dense energy made of particles of light in a condensed form. People refer to humans as part of the light because this means our light particles connect us with all that is. Electromagnetic fields. The first field is 15 to 20 centimeters around the body. This is also known as the etheric physical field. It corresponds to vital energy. This will be seen as rosy lines around the body. The second field is the one that I use to program this crystal, is the astral field. And this is what people see when they observe aura colors. It's seen as electrical charges, points or circles of color around the first field. The third field is the mental inferior, and it represents the objective, linear, and rational mind. It's pale yellow moving lines. The fourth field is the mental superior, or the principle of the soul. It is a mix of feelings and thoughts and is representative of your personality. It is your subjective spirit, abstract thought, intuition, inspiration, creativity, and conscience. You can see this as little green clouds. The fifth field, or the spiritual field, or causal field, corresponds to spirit of your being, the eternal part of you, and appears as blue and violet moving fingers which penetrate all fields. It is the fusion of the cosmic and the individual, the communion of your being with the powers and forces of the universe. The sixth and seventh do not belong to the individual. They are fields of cosmic reality. And from what I remember, not all humans possess them. they're mostly avatars like Jesus and Buddha. So this is what I have for crystals. I'm really happy about this video because I actually knew what I was going to say. Hopefully it wasn't too much at once, but this is great because it's a video and you could always go back and re-listen. Most of this information I got from the book Dancing with the Wheel and also the American Indian Secrets of Crystal Healing. I also got some information from the Awakened States Tumblr. Thank you for everything.